No, maybe we're missing one off the back there. Not quite sure if David Cortegas has made it there. The MZs, who are we missing there? Looks like Graham Lewis has not made it round to the grid, unfortunately. So, missing one there. Right, get the flag at the back there, ready to rock and roll. We've got the green. Again, split start here. Away we go then, the clutches drop, and who's going to get the jump? Looks like the pink machine of Huskinson could be away in the lead. Certainly the pole position man, Dan Bray, I think has been well and truly swamped. He's going to go around into Redgate in about 4th place, so he's been well and truly beaten up, I think, by some of the juniors around him as well. We get ready for the start in the MZ. Steve raises the flag, says watch the flag. Claire at the back with the green, letting us know it's all clear. And again, we're away. A little bit of a slow start there from the number 13 machine of Gordon Ryan, but everybody's safely away. And once again, I imagine we're going to see a Wales and man synchronised battle all the way around the circuit. Hopefully not a repeat of the synchronised lobbing into the scenery that we saw yesterday. So they disappeared down through Redgate as well. And you got some action there for us, mate?
Yeah, I'm just down here with AJ. I just captured him for a little bit of a query as to what happened on the warm-up lap.
Not a clue. I think it was just a bit of cold tyre. Don't have the wind. It's just the worst thing, isn't it? You don't know what's...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. If it just goes and you've got no idea, then you've got to figure it out, yeah.
Just literally went down into Craners, turned left, a little bit of gas on still, trying to keep the load off, and it just completely folded.
Yeah, I'm bike all right? You all right?
Yeah, I'm all right. Bang my hand up a little bit, but I'm always doing the bike now. It don't look too bad, but I think I'm going to have to borrow a set of levers because they're destroyed. So.
Well, part of the reason I came down here was to bring my levers to Mark, but you won't want to wear them because they're trashed already.
You must just ride it.
I'll do the bike thing as well, yeah. No one will notice, will they?
No, right.
Okay, mate, thanks very much.
Apart from the fact you're suddenly 5 seconds off the pace.
Yeah, I'll be much slower. This is a very valid point. No one will notice, surely. No, I'll let you get on, mate, yeah, because we've got things to do, but thanks very much.
Okay, over the line then. Thank you very much indeed for the update there, roving reporter, as it is Lucas King who leads the way from Danny Huskinson. Next across the line, it is William Round, the youngster there, and Dan Bray does indeed make a poor start. He has come over the line having lost 3 places. William makes up 3, actually. McCarthy is up next, and she's gone down 1. Alfie Garrett makes up 2. Carr stays where he is. Baker makes up 3. Barrel loses 4. So lots of chopping and changing with the little ninjas as they come across the line for the first time. Huskinson looking to take the battle to the youngster King there as the MZs come around Goddard's for the first of their 7 encounters. And it is indeed Alex Mann who is leading the way ahead of Andy Wales. Chris Kent's up to 3rd ahead of John Ashmead. Then it's yesterday's afternoon winner Caleb Wright losing a place from where he started, with Gordon Ryan staying pretty much where he is. It's going to be Graham Lewis up next. Gordon Ryan's in the mix there too. No, Lewis is dropping down the orders, sorry. No, it's a Fisher Adorjan. It is Lewis who didn't make the start there, unfortunately. Meantime, with the ninjas, looks like we've got a transponder issue for Alfie Garrett, but we've got no issues for McCarthy, as she has just set the fastest of the first sector times by a good half a second quicker than the leader, Lucas King. So if she could just punch her way to the front of this race, she could well be in contention for a gold medal to add to Annabelle's already extensive minor medal collection. Down into the Heineken Hoop we go. And I think that's Lucas King still leading the way as he powers his way up the hill. And the youngster tucked in very tight indeed. Sits up, anchors up. Danny Huskinson, distinctive colours. Danny makes it very easy to spot the senior rider. He's cranking it hard out with Dan Bray chasing hard. He has to look over his shoulder. You don't need to look over your shoulder. He can be looking alongside you in just a moment, because here comes Dan Bray. He is looking for an inside pass down there into Redgate. Side by side, the two of them go. And that is now Bray with the advantage. I think Round was coming under a bit of a challenge there from McCarthy, but I think he managed to hold her off into Redgate there. Fastest second sector they're going to Lucas King, so definitely the quickest man in the second sector. But we've seen a repeat of what we saw in one of the earlier races, where we've got different people setting first and second sector times. But the fastest person on the track is actually Bray there, who is just looking to move up to second place. Here come the MZs, and it is still Man from Wales Quarter of a second is the gap between those two. They're opening it up from Chris Kent, who's now 3 seconds back. He's half a second good ahead of Caleb Wright, then Gordon Ryan. He's just ahead of John Ashmead. They continue their little fight. Looks like Oliver Boyett having a bit of a quiet race. So does Fisher. Nobody else out there to play with the Dorjan as well. A little bit further back, trying to get back onto the toe with Fisher to maybe improve his lot just a little bit. Out the back, the quickest one into the first sector this time is Harry Barrell. So Harry, all of a sudden, is turning on the taps. But out in front, Lucas King is extending that gap. 1 1/4 seconds over the line last time. And he's looking to get a little bit more there. Again, the little ninjas powering their way up the hill there. Danny Huskinson coming under a lot of challenge. It is Bray there in second. I think William Round, though, wants to play the game and find his way past the senior Bray. Behind him, it is McCarthy. She's looking to improve her lot as well. She was on the podium yesterday. She won the prize BSB hospitality tickets. I'd like to thank David for those. As we go down into the first corner, again a challenge there, but no success at all. That was Round looking very hard at McCarthy, I think, trying to fight back, because she did pass him on that particular lap. Garrett stays where he is. Barrel goes back past Carr. Lucas King continues to lead, but he's not the fastest man on the track. He's still 1 1/4 seconds ahead of Bray. So Dan Bray coming very hard indeed. He goes only 1/10 of a second or so quicker that time round. But it's all these fractions of a second that make the difference. Waiting for the MZs to join us, and they're going to be the first to have some back marker action as they catch one of the slower ninjas there. And Andy Wales in the hot seat to go past Egginson first ahead of Mann. Great reversal there, now half a second advantage to Andy Wales. Behind him, that battle for the minor placings continue. Ryan and Ashmead separated by less than 2/10 of a second, come across the line nose to tail, and ahead of them looks like Wright's having a good look at Kent, again using that slipstream to the best of his advantage. Up at Coppers, it is still King leading. Bray is catching though, lap by lap. He's getting closer and closer, and again these ninjas are going to have some back marker action very shortly indeed. The lead is just rounding the Heineken loop as we see the back markers coming out of Goddard's, so they may well catch him as soon as Redgate. Gap over the line last time between Lucas King and Dan Bray was just 1.237 seconds. This time, let's have a look at that gap. And it's 1.1, he is gaining, but have a look at the battle behind them. This is for the third place overall. Not going to worry about who's in which class, because obviously there are the two classes. But we've got a great five-way scrap between McCarthy, who's now moved her way up into third, ahead of Huskinson, Round, and Garrett. Barrel not too far off the money there either. So those five are very much where the action is in this race at the moment. Carr and Baker a little bit further back, having their own good little scrap. And then Cowie's ahead of Gleeson, Wilton, and then King. MZ are already coming out of the Heineken hoop. And this time, despite having a lead of half a second last time, it looks like Andy Wales has lost a load of time there. He was pretty much on the lap record pace there with the 56.394 as well last time. But he must have had a bit of a wobble somewhere, because he's just come across the line and his time's a 58.0 is against a 56.0 for Alex Mann. So swapping places, and I think lap records at this rate as well. Saw the lap record go in the MZs yesterday. 56.5 was the fastest we saw yesterday from Alex Mann. So that 56.0 I think confirms that Alex has now got another lap record, and I wonder if he can crack the magic 55-second bracket. Well, if anybody can, I think he's the one. But Andy Wales is chasing hard and seemed a little bit too far back for a slipstream. 1.3 seconds back is a little bit too far to gain any sort of a tow. Just know he'll be trying hard. Bray was the quickest man on the circuit last time around. Again, a few hundredths of a second quicker than the man in front of him. This time, though, it is, King he's had a big wobble somewhere. He's lost 4 seconds because Bray has come across the line. Dan Bray The senior now leads the junior, Lucas King. Lucas 4 seconds slower that lap. He's had a big wobble somewhere, a little bit of an off-road moment, no doubt. This allows McCarthy to get within 3 seconds of him, but probably not close enough to challenge. She's got Huskinson just 0.6 of a second behind her, and Round is just a quarter of a second behind him. Garrett also in that mix as well, with Barrel all fractions of a second apart. Arnie Carr is the next one to come along unchallenged, really. He's in 8th place. He's got half a second lead over Harley Baker. And it's George Cowie. Chloe Gleason's pretty much on her own there, so is Wilton. Lees and King having their own little battle for the very minor placings. But the real action is out the front there. I don't think Lucas King is going to be too happy with himself after that last lap, losing a lot of time somewhere. Let's see if he's able to fight back. Well, surprising, he goes PB in sector 1, 0.4 of a second quicker than the man in front. So he's trying to regain his advantage after that, but having lost 4 seconds on that lap, the gap is out to nearly 3 seconds. So big old difference to make up. Man and Wales over the line, 56.076. Still the best lap that we have seen in this particular race. It's a 56.8, a 59.0. So I wonder if Andy Wales is suffering from some sort of problem, because it's not like him to suddenly go off the boil like that. He was in the 56s the previous time. Now he's down in the 59s again. Maybe a little bit of a wobble there, or maybe some sort of issue. Caleb Wright, though, is quite a way back, so he doesn't need to worry too much about losing second place unless he has a load more problems. Here come the leading pack to get the last lap flag this time round, and this time it's still Dan Bray leading by 1.9 seconds. Huskinson has now moved up to be the head of the next big bunch of bikes. And is he going to be challenged by McCarthy at Redgate? He's having a look, but not quite able to get past, so she has to pull it back in to hang on to 4th. She really wants that 3rd place overall back. She's also in a strong position, of course, to pick up a silver medal. Very much a Sunday girl. Annabelle McCarthy there. Ben Round and Alfie Garrett are arguing over the 3rd place there. They're only separated by 0.2 of a second as far as the junior battle goes. 3rd of the seniors there is John King back in 14th place. He's having his own little battle with Lees, but far too back. I don't know if you're going to get a medal for, because there's only 3 people in the class there. MZ's back up to Goddard's once again, or I said MZ's, I shouldn't really be speaking in plural, I should be speaking in the singular, because that is Alex Mam, who is well away with this one. He was 3.5 seconds to the good over Andy Wales last time around, and Andy Wales, I'm sure he's got a problem. It's not like Andy to give up on a fight, particularly with Alex Mann. We've seen these two battle multiple times. The gap goes out to 6.6 seconds as it's another slow lap of 59.6, I'm afraid. So still sub 2 minutes, which is obviously the target for a lot of people. But for somebody of the former champion's ability, that's a long way away. And Caleb Wright dropping down the order a little bit there as he gone into retirement. Not sure, certainly seems to be struggling there as the checkered flag unfurls and goes pointing in the direction of Dan Bray, who comes across the line 1 second, almost pretty much exactly ahead of Lucas King, who sets the fastest lap on the last lap there with a 1:50.054. Alfie Garrett finishes in 3rd place there, so good little shuffle about. That gives him second, of course, of the juniors. 4th place overall is Danny Huskinson. He is second of the seniors there. Then we've got Ben Round. It's Annabelle McCarthy who finishes 4th after looking like she was going to pick up a silver medal. Unfortunately, no medal at all this time, but she's still got one last race this afternoon to try and sort things out. Harry Barrel is up next in 7th place, ahead of Arnie Carr, Harley Baker, George Cowie, Chloe Gleason. Just waiting for the ninjas to come our way, and I can see our leader is already